Good morning, greetings friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, you've come to the right place. We welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. We can help you get off your medication, or if you have a health challenge you need help with, we can help you there too. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, questions about ingredients or formulations, questions about our Truth Skin Health products, which are available at truthtreatments.com, 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470 or head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com and order products right off the website. You can also click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. If you want to start a longevity business, if you want to earn thank you checks associated with having your own business, help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program, help change lives, work out of your home, make your own hours, work as many hours or as few hours as you like, right off your home office, your mileage, your stamps, all the accoutrements of having your own business. It's still a business and you still have to work it, but it's a great business, and it's one that a win-win business where you help folks at the most fundamental level there is, which is the level of good health. Call 866-735-2470 for more information, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. All right, welcome back to The Bright Side, friends. We're talking about enzymes. We're talking about bioelectricity and enzymes. The last few days we've been talking about the relationship of enzymes to health, enzyme chemistry, the relationship of food enzymes to metabolic enzymes. You have three major kinds of enzymes, biologically speaking, that is. You have digestive enzymes. Those are enzymes that digest our food, help us digest our food. We've heard that phrase a million times if you've been listening to this program. Digestive enzymes help you break down protein and fats and carbohydrates. Then you have your metabolic enzymes. Those are the enzymes that help the body's chemistry function. All the chemical reactions in the body, every single chemical reaction in the body, each one of the trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of biochemical reactions require an enzyme. And then you have food enzymes, and they're all interrelated. Food enzymes can be used as metabolic enzymes. Food enzymes can be used as digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes can be used as metabolic enzymes. Metabolic enzymes can be used as digestive enzymes. They're all interrelated. We divide them up into three categories, but you can think of them as one enzyme pool. Last we spoke, we were talking about the pioneering work of Dr. Edward Howell, considered the father of food enzyme therapy, and he was the first guy to talk about this idea that all the different kinds of enzymes, metabolic enzymes, food enzymes, and digestive enzymes were available to the body in one pool. That is, if you're missing digestive enzymes, the body will use metabolic enzymes. If you have enough digestive enzymes, you can spare your metabolic enzymes. If you're eating more food enzymes, you can spare other enzymes. This whole interrelationship between the three types of enzymes and the relationship of enzyme deficiencies to diseases is something that Dr. Howell was probably the first guy to really talk about. One of his key insights was this idea that you could eat plant enzymes and have your enzymes benefit. You could improve your chemistry. You can improve your chemistry by eating plant enzymes. He focused on eating raw food. He said that eating raw food was a good way to support good health by upping our enzyme activity. Dr. Howell believed that the difference between healthy food and unhealthy food was about the enzymes. No food in its natural state, according to Dr. Howell, no food in its unprocessed state, and no food that was full of enzymes was a bad food. This is what Dr. Howell's position was. He said milk, butter, eggs, meat, all of these kinds of foods, as long as they had their enzymes in them, could be used for the body to improve health. Digestive enzymes digest food, metabolic enzymes help with metabolism, and food enzymes could contribute to both. Food enzymes could contribute to improving metabolism, and food enzymes could be used to contribute to digestion. Dr. Howell talked about the enzyme complex. He said that the enzyme complex, quote, harbors a protein carrier inhabited by a vital energy factor. Unquote. This vital energy factor is something mysterious. It's what's really the life force. According to the food enzyme concept, you could actually up your life force. According to the food enzyme concept, we're born with a certain amount of life force, and that life force is exhaustible. According to the food enzyme concept, you could up your life force by eating life force, and you eat life force by eating enzymes. Quote, this is from Dr. Howell, quote, it is no longer warranted to consider vitality and life energy as intangible forces, unquote. In other words, Dr. Howell believed that the life force, which heretofore had been considered to be something mysterious and intangible, could now be tangibilized. It could now be visualized as an enzyme, or as the active material in an enzyme. It is no longer warranted to consider vitality and life energy as intangible forces. Continuing on, the available evidence does not justify a placid continuance of a nihilistic attitude towards vital forces operating in the living organism, unquote. In other words, you can't just say, oh, well, it's the life force, there's nothing we can do about it, and we get a certain amount of life, and that's that. According to Dr. Howell, you could manipulate it, you could increase it. Continuing on, enzymes emerge as the true yardstick of vitality. Enzymes offer an important means of calculating the vital energy of an organism, unquote. In other words, you could use enzymes to quantify life. Quote, that which has been referred to as vitality, vital force, vital energy, vital activity, nerve force, strength, vital resistance, life energy, life and life force may be and probably is synonymous with that which has been known as enzyme activity, enzyme value, enzyme energy, enzyme vitality, enzyme content for every aspect of life and personality are enzyme-driven, enzyme-dependent. Life is an enzyme process. This guy was all about the enzymes. And the cool thing about the enzymes is we have control over it. Dr. Howell came up with the idea that each one of us has a limited amount, a supply of enzymes that we're born with, and the faster you use up the enzymes, the shorter you live. But you can add to that enzyme pool by eating enzymes, by eating raw. And of course, today we can use enzyme supplements. That makes our digestive enzyme supplements, your longevity digestive enzyme supplements, the ultimate enzymes, anti-aging supplements. Not just digestive supplements, but anti-aging supplements, biological up-regulating substances. If you believe Dr. Howell and you understand his work, and you believe that life is an enzyme process and that every aspect of life and personality are enzyme-driven and enzyme-dependent and that enzymes carry the life force, you're going to get yourself on those ultimate enzymes and you're going to take them every day. Whether you're taking them with meals or not. Take them on with meals, of course, to help improve your digestion, but taking them on an empty stomach can help you up-regulate the life force, the chi, the vitality in the body. That's according to Dr. Howell. And this is all, by the way, in the book Enzyme Nutrition. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. Okay, we're back on The Bright Side. Pharmacist Ben here. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page, brightsideben.com. You can purchase longevity products at brightsideben.com. pharmacistben.com or criticalhealthnews.com. You can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team off our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, or you can call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470 for more information. Got lines open for you at 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls next segment, 844-236-6010. We're talking about enzymes and Dr. Edward Howell, the pioneering work of Dr. Edward Howell, author of the book Enzyme Nutrition, the father of enzyme therapy. Dr. Howell said, the length of life is inversely proportional to the rate of exhaustion of the enzyme potential of an organism. That means longer life, less exhaustion of enzymes. That means more enzymes, longer life. If you want to live a long time, make sure you got enough enzymes. This is why keeping your metabolism operating at a slower pace is conducive to longevity. A lot of times you'll hear people say, oh, my metabolism is too slow. I've got to speed up my metabolism. You know, animals that have fast metabolisms have shorter lifespans. Slow metabolism is associated with enzyme conservation, and it's associated with longer life. You can add years to your life by keeping your enzyme levels up. And one of the best ways to do that is to add in enzymes, either through raw foods. Sprouts are one of my favorites, eggs also, or using enzyme supplements, including digestive enzyme supplements. As enzyme deficiency progresses, sickness proceeds. Enzyme deficiency and sickness go hand in hand. Interestingly, enzyme deficiency leads to sickness, which leads to more enzyme deficiency because the body has to burn through enzymes to deal with diseases. That leads to more enzyme depletion and more sickness, and you get a vicious cycle. Using your ultimate enzyme supplementally on an empty stomach is a great way to break that vicious cycle. Anybody dealing with a chronic degenerative disease should at least consider being on the ultimate enzymes on an empty stomach, not just for digestion, but to improve metabolism and to improve the body's chemistry. It's all one big enzyme pool. Even though they're classified as metabolic, we distinguish metabolic enzymes from digestive enzymes in terms of classification in the body. They exist as a pool. And if you're eating less food, by the way, that means you have more enzymes available for metabolism. That's why I'm always talking about calorie restriction, slowing down your metabolism, slowing things down, and eating less food. It's interesting about food. I talk to people all the time who eat every 3 or 4 hours. Oh, I have to eat every 3 or 4 hours. My doctor told me I have to eat every 3 or 4 hours because I have low blood sugar. I have hypoglycemia. Well, you're just depleting your body of enzymes. If you are one of those people that's eating every 3 or 4 hours, it becomes extra important that you use an enzyme supplement or make sure that you're eating raw foods. So if you're dealing with a chronic degenerative disease, or a chronic degenerative disease is on the way, if you have the beginnings of a chronic degenerative disease, it becomes really important to start supplementing with your ultimate enzymes and make sure that you're using your digestive enzymes on an empty stomach, and also that you're eating less calories, slowing down your metabolism. Dr. Howell talked about the major cause of illness as enzyme depletion, as burning through enzymes, and on top of burning through enzymes, missing the opportunity to replace those enzymes or support those enzymes because of subsisting on processed food and chemicalized food, which by the time Dr. Howell came around in the early 1900s, processed food or food processing techniques were really getting going. The extruder machine, which allowed us to make cereals and puffed up grain kinds of foods, really, it was invented at the beginning of the 20th century, and that's really when food processors got into selling all kinds of fake food, processed food, and it wasn't very long before the heart disease epidemic kicked in, the cancer disease epidemic kicked in, the degenerative disease epidemic kicked in. It's all associated with our super high-tech food processing techniques, and the end result of that, of course, is enzyme deficiency. Dr. Howell thought there was something other than pure energy that drove the life force, and he attributed this to the enzymes. Dr. Howell believed that the enzyme activity was the first place where chemistry became biology. It goes physics, which is electrons and electromagnetics, physical chemistry, biochemistry, biology, and then health. And the major link, that link between chemistry and biochemistry, according to Dr. Howell, is about the enzymes. The pancreas is our main enzyme-producing organ, main enzyme storage organ, and the pancreas secretes enzymes into the digestive juices, which get squirted into the intestine as food leaves the stomach. These enzymes from the pancreas are alkaline enzymes, and they oppose the acid enzymes in the stomach. And it's this kind of interplay between the acid enzymes and the alkaline enzymes that liberates fatty nutrients at the level of the intestine. So you eat your food, it goes into the stomach, the acid enzymes break things down, and acid crushed up food and acid called chyme, C-H-Y-M-E, leaves the stomach and goes into the intestine, and then a big hit of pancreatic enzymes hits that acid chyme, C-H-Y-M-E, and you get a fizzing effect, and that releases the fatty nutrients. That fizzing effect is really important. If you don't have enough pancreatic enzymes, that's not going to happen. If you don't have enough acid enzymes, that's not going to happen. So it's an interplay between acidity in the stomach and alkalinity in the pancreas. You got to have both. The pancreas is especially a warehouse of an enzyme called lipase. Remember, ASC at the end of a word always tells you you're dealing with an enzyme. Lipase is an enzyme that breaks down lipids. The pancreas is incredibly important when it comes to the liberation of fatty nutrients, fatty vitamins D, E, A, and K from foods, essential fatty acids from foods, and phytonutrients from foods. Any pancreatic insufficiency is going to cause problems with fat absorption. It's going to cause problems with, it can lead to functional fat deficiencies. And remember, your fats are important for growth and for repair and for anti-aging. So any pancreatic insufficiency is going to slow down growth and repair, and it's going to accelerate the aging process. That's why you want to use pancreatin, which you'll find in your Ultimate Enzymes, by the way. Pancreatin is pancreatic enzymes. Under conditions of pancreatic insufficiency, not only will you be compromised at the level of essential fatty acids and at the level of fatty vitamins, but this can lead to pancreatic stress. Remember, your pancreas is also making insulin. Could it be that our epidemic of type 2 diabetes, could it be that our epidemic of type 1 diabetes, for that matter, has something to do with pancreatic insufficiency or pancreatic burden? I don't know definitively, but I sure do know that you want to take care of your pancreas. Also, by the way, zinc and selenium are two minerals that depend on pancreatic secretions as well. So zinc deficiency and selenium deficiency are also likely under conditions of pancreatic burden or pancreatic enzyme insufficiency. Work on that pancreas. I think of the pancreas as Mr. Cellophane. You remember that play, Chicago, Mr. Cellophane? Everybody saw through him, but nobody appreciated him. Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about anything we're speaking about here today, enzyme, chemistry, pancreas, the pancreas, we'll continue talking about the pancreas on our next Bright Side episode. The Mr. Cellophane of the body's organs. We don't really appreciate the pancreas. We do know that pancreatic cancer is the most deadly of all cancers, largely because the pancreas is the home of the enzymes. All cells make enzymes, but the pancreas is a concentrated organ, enzyme-concentrated organ. It's where enzymes are concentrated, as well as insulin. And there's got to be a relationship between pancreatic insufficiency, pancreatic burden, and diabetes. The pancreas, in addition to making enzymes and storing enzymes, is also the place where insulin is made. We'll continue on Monday. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you've got any questions about anything we're speaking about here today, comment or success story, or if you have a health challenge you or a loved one needs help with, we'll get your calls here momentarily. From Washington University School of Medicine, chronic kidney disease is an outlier. Apparently, advances in treating cancer, heart disease, and other major health conditions in recent decades have extended lifespans for millions of people, but not so with chronic kidney diseases. Cases of CKD, chronic kidney disease, cases have accelerated at a faster pace than all other non-infectious diseases, according to a study from Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis and the Veterans Affairs VA St. Louis healthcare system. If you have kidney disease, you want to consider it to be a sugar problem, a diabetes problem, whether or not you've been diagnosed as a diabetic. The major reason for the development of kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, is high sugar diets and dysglycemia, messed up blood sugar. Reading from JAMA, Journal of the American Medical Association Network Open, researchers noted that the abundance of high sugar foods in many American diets and obesity-related health problems such as high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes are likely driving the increase in kidney disease, unquote. I am telling you, kidney disease should be regarded, number one, primarily as a blood sugar dysglycemia issue. Go ketogenic. Go low sugar, low carb, low bread, low pasta. In fact, just go low calorie. Just reduce your intake of food. That alone can have a huge impact on longevity, on the progression of degenerative diseases, and on CKD, chronic kidney disease, which is known as the silent epidemic, because a lot of folks don't realize they've got the problem until it's too late. That's because the kidneys are so important to the body that you've got two of them, number one, and each kidney is got so much redundancy that you could go down to 10% kidney function and not even know you have a problem, or 15% kidney function. You could lose 80 to 85% of your kidney function and not even know you have a problem. That's because there's so much redundancy built in to the kidneys. Nature needs those kidneys working, and it has prepared for contingencies. Perhaps not the contingencies of our standard American diet, but a lot of contingencies, and most folks won't know they have a kidney problem until it's too late. So go low sugar, go ketogenic, and that, by the way, includes kidney stones. The formation of kidney stones should also be regarded as a blood sugar issue. Remember, the kidneys are filtering the blood. The more crap that's in the blood, the more work the kidney has to do, and the more damage that is going to accrue to the microscopic blood vessels in the kidney, and sugar counts as a damaging factor. All blood toxins, and that includes leaky gut syndrome related toxins, can create problems at the level of the kidney. You can't treat the kidney by itself. You can't treat once you have kidney disease, there's nothing you could take to deal with your kidney disease. What you got to do is you got to work backwards at the level of the blood, at the level of blood sugar, dysglycemia, and at the level of the digestive system. That's for all kidney health problems. It's no accident that diabetes and kidney disease go hand in hand. All right, we'll do one more, and then we'll get your phone calls, 844-236-6010. This is from the University of Virginia School of Medicine. Antibiotics found to weaken the immune response to disease. Another reason for doctors to avoid the overuse of antibiotics. New research shows that a reduction in the variety of microbes in the gut interferes with the immune system's ability to fight off disease. The gut, when we say the gut, we mean the small intestine mostly. The gut is your most important immune system structure. This is why all immune problems need to be backtracked to the intestine. Now, we are all drinking chlorinated water. Most of us are drinking chlorinated water. If you're drinking juice and soda pop, rest assured you're drinking chlorinated water and fluoridated water. There's antibiotics in the water. So you don't necessarily need to be taking antibiotics to destroy these gut bacteria. But certainly when you take an antibiotic, you make the problem dramatically worse. Do you need antibiotics once in a while? Yes, I would say so. Once in a while, you need an antibiotic. But the overuse of antibiotics, which continues, is really the problem. It's taking an antibiotic just to take an antibiotic. It's people who are on antibiotics long term. There are people who are on antibiotics for their acne for years. That's a classic recipe for inducing bacterial resistance, not to mention killing off gut bacteria. you kill off gut bacteria, you're going to weaken your immune response. If you want to strengthen your immune response, strengthen the health of the gut, improve the environment of the gut, that is, by making sure the environment is conducive to good bacteria, using fiber, using vegetable juices, using fermented foods, and of course, using probiotic supplements, using your Nightly Essence probiotics. It's the combination of nitrogen, fermented foods, fiber, and probiotics that you want to concentrate on if you're dealing with any kind of immune health issue. And that includes autoimmune diseases, by the way. All autoimmune diseases need to be backtracked to the gut, as with any immune problem. And it just makes perfect sense once you understand that your main immune structure, your main immune organ, is the intestine, the small intestine. That's the home of the immunity. So if you hear the word immune in your disease diagnosis, or if you're taking a drug that suppresses the immune system or suppresses immune activity, that's telling you got an immune problem, a defensive problem. And aside from eliminating the offending agent, which of course that's always the first thing you want to do, is eliminate the offending agent, which comes in from food, you want to make sure you're strengthening the health of the gut, strengthening the natural, innate, inborn immune system, which lives in the small intestine. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. Let's go to the phones and say good morning to Ron in Massachusetts. Welcome to the Bright Side, Ron. What's up?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I had a colonoscopy on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I did the prep and everything, and when I was done, it was clear. So
okay.
The doctor come out, and he told me he couldn't see anything, and he's telling me that I got food in my colon and intestine hardened up. And I said, well, what can we do? And the only option he's given me is surgery and a colostomy bag on the side. I'm thinking about doing a colon cleanse. Do you advise that?
I would not have any part of my colon, unless are you asymptomatic? You don't have any symptoms?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Do you have any symptoms? Are you feeling pain? Do you have constipated?
But I have a problem going to the bathroom. Right now,
no, we can fix that. I'm trying to understand why he wants to take out your colon. You don't have any symptoms, but he wants to take out the colon because of the compacted food?
Yeah, I have. That's what I get.
Okay, well, hang on.
Diverticulitis.
Okay, let's talk about diverticulitis when we come back from our break. We got to take a quick break, Ron, so don't go away. Hang tight. Got lines open, 844-236-6010. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open, 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to Ron in Massachusetts. Ron, you there?
Yep.
Okay, so let me understand everything here. Were you diagnosed with diverticulosis? Is that the idea?
Well, I've had that. He confirmed that I had it yesterday.
Okay.
He's telling me
Go ahead.
He's telling me I got food caked on, hardened up.
Okay, they want to take your colon out?
He gives me, the only option he gave me was surgery and a bag on the side. I don't know if that means taking the colon out or what.
That sounds like that's what that means, at least taking part of the colon out. How do you like the idea of having a bag?
Doesn't that sound great? Option. No, it isn't, because my nephew had one since he was a little kid, and I've seen the misery he's gone through.
It's miserable.
It's not what I want.
First of all, that's miserable right there, but not to mention the fact that you now lost you've lost part of your absorptive system. You're not going to be able to absorb nutrients depending on what part of the colon they take out. So here's the deal. First, let's talk about diverticulosis, okay? Diverticulosis is the formation of little pockets in the intestine, weak spots in the intestine. It usually occurs from long-term damage, long-term eating the wrong foods. Diverticulosis is not really the problem, though. The problem is diverticulitis. Diverticulitis is when those pockets get inflamed, when food gets caught in there, and that could be a serious problem, not to mention just miserable pain. And you do not want that to happen. In fact, if, God forbid, you do end up with diverticulitis, you may want them to take your colon out, and you don't want to get there. So
Yeah.
a couple of things. Excuse me. Did they give you? You're not. Do you have a history of antibiotic use by any chance?
No, what I'm doing is fiber twice a day, a stool softener when I go to bed, and sometimes in the middle, a liquid laxative pharmaceutical, prescription.
Are you going to the bathroom regularly now?
Yeah, if I take all that stuff.
Okay, well, here's the problem, okay? Couple of problems. First of all, you're probably still eating the wrong food, so we got to change that. Secondly, I would be getting a colonic. Do you know what a colonic is? Have you ever had that?
No.
A colonic is when you go to a colonic therapist. They got them all over the place. You're in Massachusetts, I'm sure they've got them. Just Google colonic therapist. And they actually put a hose in your butt, and they fire off water in there, and depending on how deep those blockages are, they can loosen up the blockages with water. So get a colonic. You should do it today. All right, that can make a huge difference. I actually I had food poisoning a couple years ago, and I got a colonic right in the middle of my food poisoning, and it was amazing the difference it made. So I'm a big believer in colonic therapy. Get a colonic. Okay, that's the first thing.
Okay.
Then you got to change the way you eat. You should not be eating any processed foods, any foods that are dead foods, any foods that don't have fiber in them. That means packaged foods, boxed foods, bars and cereals and snacks and all those kinds of things. Avoid them like the plague. In fact, the less you eat in general, the better off you're going to be. But certainly you shouldn't be eating snack foods and processed foods. You want to be eating lots of fiber foods. The best way to get your fiber, well, there are a couple ways, but a good way to get your fiber is to grind up flax seeds in a coffee grinder. Go get yourself a coffee grinder if you don't have one. It costs you $20. And then go get some organic flax seeds and grind up the flax seeds, put them in water and drink them down. Maybe a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon or 1 to 2 tablespoons a day. You don't want to do too much all at once because that can give you some bloating or some gas, but you kind of build up into maybe 1 to 2 tablespoons every day of fiber. Make sure you're doing veggies, lots of them. Veggie juices, but not like a regular veggie juice, like a Vitamix veggie juice where you get the fiber. The fiber will soften your stool naturally, and it will help improve the environment in the intestine for the bacteria. Speaking of the bacteria, make sure you're using probiotic supplements. Get on the Nightly Essence, and then make sure that you're using fermented foods. You're eating fermented foods. Kefir and kimchi and sauerkraut. Every day you should be eating some kind of fermented food. I like fermented veggies because then you'll get the fiber as well as the nitrogen, both of which can help the intestine. So every day fermented foods, every day fresh vegetable juices. Stay away from processed foods. Eat less food. Then you're also going to want to make sure you're on a digestive enzyme supplement. I'd be using the Ultimate Enzymes from Longevity with every meal, 2 or 3 with every meal. Use apple cider vinegar with every meal as well. You're also going to want to make sure that you're getting a good source of protein, of liquid protein. Bone broth is going to be your best friend. If you can make it, or have somebody make it for you, that's ideal. If you can't make it, just buy it, but make sure that it's got all the homemade is the best. I don't know of anywhere you can buy a really good quality bone broth, but whatever it is, if you can't make it, at least get it as close to organic and homemade as you can. Whole Foods or a health food store may be a way to obtain it, but it's really easy to make. Just drop a chicken in a pot. One of those roaster chickens that are already made for you. Drop in a pot and let the water bring the water to a boil and let it simmer. Make your own bone soup. That's a great strategy. Also, building the digestive tract lining can be important using supplements like high hyaluronic acid supplements, something called NAG, which stands for N-acetylglucosamine. That can also help you. In fact, anything that helps you helps arthritis. An arthritis supplement is also going to help you with building up the gut lining and strengthening the intestine to help heal some of those diverticuli. Stay away from sugar. Stay away from anything super sweet that can throw off gut bacteria. That can cause problems. If you want to do some topical stuff, you could apply a heating pad or warm compress to your abdomen. That can help loosen things up. And then you might also want to use relaxation strategies, especially when you're having a bowel movement. Breathing out relaxes the body. Not breathing in, breathing out. Of course, you got to breathe in too, but concentrating on the exhale more than the inhale has relaxing effects, which can help you if you're trying to have a bowel movement. Slippery elm or senna are two herbs that can help you if you if you are constipated, can help loosen things up. Aloe vera gel can also be helpful, not only for helping food move through the bowel, but also for helping build up the digestive tract. You can get aloe vera gel pretty much at any health food store. Look for organic aloe vera gel. I also like licorice root if you have a problem with heartburn or GERD associated with your diverticulosis or diverticulitis. Licorice root can be a good herb as well. So lots of great information for you there, but don't let them take your colon. Having food compacted in there is not a reason. Now, if you have serious pain, and diverticulitis can cause serious pain, you may not have an option, but you want to, before you get into the diverticulitis, as long as you're not experiencing the agony, and it is agony, you definitely want to keep that colon, and you don't want to be letting them take you don't want to let them take any part of your body out, but especially not your colon. Is that helpful, Ron?
Yeah, listen, is there any way that you could email me that stuff, because I don't have writing material.
You know what? I can't email you, but what I can do is I can send you to the archive page. It's true for anybody. Whenever I give these long screeds of health information, I know it's a lot of information. It's hard to write down. I'm trying to give you as much information as I can, but and I understand that, it's hard to write everything down. So that's why we have the archive page at brightsideben.com. Brightsideben.com, and just pick on go to the archives, click on archives, and pick on the date. Today's 11/30/18, and you'll get a replay of the show. And then also, there is a guy, Kevin, who's out there. Hi, Kevin, in in Russia, and he is actually posting all of the Brightside episodes on, I think it's on his YouTube page, and I actually am not sure. Kevin, if you're listening, why don't you send me an email? Tell me where people can get those YouTube videos. But if you Google the Brightside, you'll get a lot of good information, various shows. I'm sure the shows will show up if you Google the Brightside and the date. And the archive page is also a good source and there's a search engine there too, so you can also search for various topics. Okay? Good luck, buddy. It. Yeah, thanks for your call. Appreciate it very much. There's nothing worse than digestive health problems. Oh my God, diverticulitis. I've seen people who have it. It is the most. It's unspeakable, the pain that can cause. And what you want to do is you want to catch your diverticulitis before it's itis and while it's osis. In fact, you just always want to work on your digestive system. And one of the best things you could do is just simply eating less food, not to mention eating more enzyme-rich, unprocessed food and using digestive enzymes and probiotics and all the good nutritional supplements for the digestive system that we talk about every day on The Bright Side. Thanks for listening, friends. Don't forget to check out all the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com, and our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Have yourselves a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.